What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a very special episode of the Nerd Wide Reviews. This time we're going back to a sequel of a book that we did was it 2 years ago that we had the opportunity to review. And this time it is The Lioness and the Rat Queen by Noah Lemelson. And I don't think I butchered that last name. But, Chris, take it away.
Yeah, this book comes out tomorrow
Mhm.
as we're recording this, August 29th. Um, I'm going to go with the synopsis that we got um, in the press kit. It's just a quick overview. I don't like spoiling because it's just coming out. So this is going to keep me from putting my foot in my mouth. Um, so here we go. Lemelson's widely lauded story continues in The Lioness and the Rat Queen, in which private investigator Marcel Talwar and his vigilante companions track a vicious friend-turned-enemy into the savage wastes. To survive, they must find a way to partner with the hardened Lioness of Vastium, a disgraced Principate general who shares their enemy, but who also wants Marcel's head just as much. As uneasy alliances shift like dust storms, the crew soon learns that blood begets blood, and old vendettas cannot stay long buried in the blasted soil of the wastes.
Mm.
Yeah,
There's still secrets there. I like it.
very much, very much, very much. Um, so where to start? Um, a lot of what we talked about with the first book. By the way, here's the book, right?
Beautiful looking cover of that one.
Yeah, yeah. Um, a lot of what we talked about on the first one applies here as well. He is just so good at the descriptive writing as well as the dialogue. Um, I'm actually gonna, you know what? I marked a passage in case we're gonna go there.
I like
Why
it.
not? We're gonna go with a paragraph here from, I would say, 3/4 of the way into the book, but it doesn't really give away much.
Yeah.
So Marcel stared at nothing, trying to weigh the horrors he'd seen with Alba's words. He didn't want to believe it, even though it was so very plausible, even though he knew it was true. Why was it suddenly so hard to hate Bellona? He'd hated her just a day ago, would have gladly given her over for her just execution. Did he feel like he owed her somehow for helping them escape, for pulling him up out of the ash and slick dust in that Stinktown garage? It had been her fault that they'd been there in the first place. Or in Holtag, she'd broken them out, but it was her Principate who captured them. Yet she'd never abandoned him, and so he felt he couldn't abandon her. But why should he be bound to her just because they'd fought the same enemy? It was all so easy when he was good and she evil, but now he didn't know what he was. And that somehow blurred things. She deserved whatever happened to her, perhaps. But then what did he deserve when all the scales were balanced?
Mm.
So I
So,
love the writing in this book.
right. Do
Yeah,
you are you glad that the story continued from the first book?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
And it takes some very interesting turns. And just as that passage indicates, it's characters kind of coming to a um, a realization that as much as they'd like for it to probably be black and white,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many shades of gray.
Mm.
No one's ever completely bad or completely good.
Right. We're
You
all
know,
made by the circumstances that made us.
right?
Mm.
And put in certain situations, people will make the right decision.
Right. Now, are you? How's your excitement level for the third and final book? Can you wait? Can you not wait? Do you want it now? Months from now?
I don't have a choice.
Well,
Um, I'm very interested to see how he wraps it up. This is a trilogy, the Slickdust Trilogy, I think it's called,
mm-hmm.
right? And so, yeah, I'm curious to see how it wraps up. It's also interesting that they're already marketing this as a trilogy, meaning there's a definite end.
Yeah, which is good. I don't. I'm not one of those fans of writers that just say, "Oh, I don't really have an end in mind." No, no, no. I want to know where this is going because I don't
Right.
want to be sitting here waiting forever and ever and ever,
Yeah.
and just for a bunch of fluff and stuff that doesn't need to be done. But it sounds like
Right.
he's written it with an end in mind, which makes stories a lot better, in my opinion. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm still gonna trumpet this, by the way. Talked about it after the first book in our review. I'm gonna say it again. One of these services, one of these streaming services, needs to pick this up.
hmm
This is grade A option material here for a series.
I think
This
the
would be
last one we talked
great.
about, like Amazon or something like that.
This would be great brought to life.
hmm
Um, yeah, and that would be one that I think we would have to review.
Oh, I would want to be as hands on deck as possible with that one, because especially if you're loving the books as much and thinking and knowing that'd be great for a TV adaptation, then
Right.
sign us up, Coach.
Yeah, and like I said, that you see it when you're reading it.
hmm
His writing doesn't give you a choice. It's just there,
Right.
which is great because not every writer can do that well.
Right. Don't trust me. I know I've read a lot of books, and there are some that like it leaves a lot up to imagination, and I want to be told kind of what's going on. I don't want to think that hard when it comes
Right.
to it, but what you're saying is with his writing, it's so the imagery is there, and you know
Very.
what you're looking at. So,
Right. Absolutely.
all right, Chris, on the nerd wide scale, 1 to 5, one being absolutely dog water, 5 being the best book that's ever been written. What you got for us?
I'm gonna come in on this one at a 4.5.
Nice.
I like it. I
Good.
like it a lot. And this, if you haven't read the first one, buy this one and the first one together.
Mm,
Because as soon as you finish the first one, you're going to want to go into this one. If you have read the first one, I know you're not going to wait to pick this up.
awesome.
So,
And that comes out August 29th, 2023. And we want to thank our good friends over at Books Forward for this opportunity to review the second one. They reached out and they said, "Hey, the second one's out. We know you liked the first one. Do you want to do it?" And of course, I sent it straight to Chris. I said, "Hey, man, this is questions for you." And I believe his exact words were absolutely, "Hell yeah, where can I get it now?" And so here
yep.
we are. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're watching it. Make sure you're seeing or reading it. Make sure you're saying subscribe to us on YouTube at NerdWide. And for more book reviews, just let us know what you want us to review down in the comments. Again, we want to thank Books Forward for this opportunity again. And man, The Lioness and the Rat Queen by Noah Lemelson out August 29th. If you pick it up and you read it and you read Sightless City, the first one, let us know down in the comments of what you think of this one. And we got an end in mind. Hopefully, I think it took 2 years between the two for this one to come out. So hopefully, Chris, you don't have to wait too long for it to end, and we can get right to it. And hopefully, Amazon picks it up or some streaming service so we can watch this bad boy. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and we'll come at you next time with another book review.
Later, guys.